Yo, yo, yo. What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, He Knows Ball. We back with another video, man. Peep the shirt. Always keep an anime shirt on me. Goku, number one guy. I mean, the GOAT. But really, Vegeta my GOAT if we being for real. You feel me? And speaking of Vegetas, man, I want to talk about Kevin Durant because we all know that LeBron is Goku. KD, Vegeta. It's a fact. It's a fact. You feel me? Bron done beat KD in the finals already. Bron has always beaten KD whenever they met up, for the most part. Don't fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure LeBron has a winning record against KD. But anyways, we're going to talk about Kevin Durant and the pressure that he has going into next season. Yes, I said it. Kevin Durant has pressure going into next season. When we talk about pressure and NBA players that have a specific type of pressure going into next season, a lot of people aren't mentioning Kevin Durant, but I'm going to mention him. Yes, Kevin Durant has pressure going into next season. Not a lot of pressure, but he definitely has like, I want to say, like, if 100% is a lot of pressure, I'm going to say Kevin Durant has like 70% of pressure going into next season. In my opinion, this is my opinion. You do not have to agree with me, and that's cool. We can all have our opinions, you feel me? But look, excuse me, the reason I say that is because we know Kevin Durant's history. We know he was with OKC. He went to the Warriors. He was with the Nets. Then he was with the Suns. Now he is with the Houston Rockets, right? A young team that traded for him because they needed a go-to guy in crunch time. And they said, hey, let's pick up a 36, 37-year-old Kevin Durant, and maybe he can lead us to a championship, because we know that Jalen Green was not that guy. They wanted him to be that guy, but he's just so inefficient, and he's just hot one game and then cold the next game. We've seen it in the playoffs against Golden State. But this isn't a Jalen Green episode. This is a Kevin Durant episode. But the reason I bring that up is because the key word that I said was lead. Lead. A leader. All right? I'm gonna go on Google real quick, and I'm gonna look up the definition of a leader. Y'all probably know where I'm going with this. All right. Talk to me, Google. Leader. Definition. The person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. The leader of a protest group. The principal player in a music group. That's what Google's definition of leader is, right? And I'm going to be honest. Again, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm going to go out and say that Kevin Durant isn't a leader. I'm going to go out and say that Kevin Durant isn't a leader. Now, I'm not saying that Kevin Durant isn't good at basketball. Don't get it mistaken. Kevin Durant is a great basketball player. He's a part of the NBA top 75 team for a reason. He wouldn't be a part of that team if he wasn't a great basketball player. Not only a great basketball player, but an all-time great basketball player. We can argue that Kevin Durant is one of the best scorers, if not the best scorer to ever touch a basketball. Come on. I've heard those arguments a lot. Yo, Kevin Durant's the best scorer to ever touch a basketball. You can argue that. You can definitely argue that, and I wouldn't be mad with you if you said that. But when it comes to leading a basketball team, Kevin Durant is not that. And let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you some facts, okay, and I'm going to give you some of my opinions as to why I'm saying this. Now, again, we know he started his career with the Sonics, of course, but, they turned into Oklahoma City. But when he was with OKC and he was with Russ and Harden, they got to the finals. They lost to Miami's Big Three with Braun, Bosh, and Wade. Cool. They were a young team. They didn't have as much experience. And LeBron and Wade and Bosh were supposed to win that finals. All right, cool. Now let's fast forward to 2016. Let us fast forward to 2016. Now, the reason why I want to fast forward there is because we all know the infamous 3-1 choke job, pause, that the Oklahoma City put on. The Oklahoma City Thunder put on. They blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors. They blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors. Game 7, Western Conference Finals. They lost 88-96. 88-96. Now, let's be real. They should have closed out this game or this series in Game 5. They lost 111-120. Now, let me pull up Game 5 stats real quick, okay? I hope y'all are still following me. Again, I'm not going to blame this solely on Kevin Durant because Russell Westbrook definitely had a part to play in this 3-1 blowout, or this 3-1 loss, this 3-1 lead loss, whatever you want to call it, this choke job. But Kevin Durant in Game 5 of that series, give me 1 second. Kevin Durant in that series had 40 points. Russ had 31 points. And they both shot around 39% from the field, right? Russ took 28 field goal attempts, and KD took 31 field goal attempts. They should have closed it out in Game 5. They should have closed it out in Game 5. And if Kevin Durant was the leader that he thinks he is or that he says he is, I mean, come on, bro. As a leader, you got to close these games out. You have to. You're up 3-1 against a team that just won the championship last year. They're defending the championship, right? And yes, Curry, MVP this season. I understand that. Curry was going ballistic. Klay Thompson, Splash Brothers, ballistic. I understand that. Curry had 31 points this game. Klay had 27, right? Draymond, 11. Andrew Bogut, shout out to Bogut, man. It's the last center the Golden State Warriors have had, by the way. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that, listen, as a leader, these are the games where your leaders are supposed to thrive. These are the games where the leader says, yo, listen, I got us. Put the team on your back, lead them. They ain't going to make this 3-1 lead come back. We ain't going to give them a chance to come back. No, we going to win this game right now. If I got to score 50, I'm going to score 50. If I got to score 60, I'm going to score 60. That's the point that I'm trying to make, is that Kevin Durant doesn't have that leadership quality. That's why he thrived so well in Golden State, because he didn't have that pressure of being a leader. He did not have that pressure in being a leader. Even Game 7 in the series, right? When they lost 88-96. Yeah, Russ didn't play well, but that's okay. Russ is Robin. You're Batman. And as Batman, it don't matter if Robin ain't doing good. It don't matter. You say, yo, I got us. I got us. And yeah, you have 52 field goal percentage. That was your percentage that game. 27 points. But listen, 27 points ain't going to cut it, bro. You needed to score 40 that game. You needed to score 40, 35, however many points for you to win. That's how many points you needed to score. And it's that simple. It is that simple. Curry, Game 7, 36 points. 36 points. Curry said, yo, this is the opportunity. I'm going to seize this opportunity. We're going to win this Game 7. That is leadership qualities that you want to see from your number one guy. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Again, Kevin Durant is not a leader. He is not a leader, man. And that's just what it is. And I love KD. I love KD. I love his game. I love the way he sees basketball. I love the way he plays basketball. I love his passion for the game. All he wants to do is hoop. You feel me? But when it comes down to your team needing you in these crucial moments, you need to show up. You need to show up. And again, like I said before, it was easy for him in Golden State to do that because Steph was the leader. So he didn't have that pressure on him. All he had to do was just go out there and be Kevin Durant. That's all he had to do. That is all he had to do. And it was easy for him to play that role because he didn't have that pressure in being a leader. I hope you guys are listening to me and understanding what I'm trying to say. And again, I'm going to bring up the point that he's been bouncing from team to team, right? Demanded a trade from the Phoenix Suns to go to Houston. And that's a lot of pressure, man, when you demand a trade, right? I think he did the same thing in Brooklyn. He demanded to go to the Phoenix Suns. And we see how all these things played out, man. He's trying to get a championship and he can't. He can't get his team there. He can't lead a team there. Now, Brooklyn, I'm not going to blame all of that on him. I think James Harden and Kyrie and KD played like a total of 4 to 3 games together in their tenure there. But that's crazy to even think of. But so I'm not going to blame that all on him. But, yo, KD, man, I mean, y'all, next season, bro, y'all got to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Y'all got to. At least Western Conference Finals. Because you're going to have this thing about you, this asterisk about you that you're nothing without Golden State, bro. That's the asterisk that's going to be by your name. And yeah, you got 2 championships, valid championships, definitely valid championships in my eyes. But the way you got them, you feel me? What you did to get them was kind of, suspect. I'm going to keep it a buck. It was kind of suspect. But I'm never going to take away a championship from any player. He went out there, he balled out in them 2 finals for sure. For sure. You could argue he was the best player on the Warriors during those finals runs. You can definitely argue that. But, again, outside of that, yeah, you got all the All-Star nods. You're a 2-time champ, 4-time scoring champ, 11-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Finals MVP, got All-Star MVPs. You've done it all, man. 50, 40, 90 club 2 times. You've done it all. And I'm not taking none of that away from you. I'm just talking strictly as being a leader, that you are not that guy, bro, when it comes to being a leader, okay? Let me stress that, to being a leader. So I hope that you're able to lead this team, this young team, because they're going to look for you. They're looking for you to be that guy and for you to lead them to a championship, Kevin Durant. So I hope whatever goes on next season that, you have a great season, you stay healthy, and you guys can at least, again, in my eyes, Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals, or bust. Like first round, second round, nah, bro. Nah, I'm not going for that personally, KD. And again, let me say it one more time. This is my opinion, right? And this is just how I see things when it comes to Kevin Durant. Great player, all-time great. Could argue he is top 15 NBA player of all time. Definitely could argue that. I know some people that got KD in their top 10, But other than that, man, I got nothing much to say. It's your boy, He Knows Ball. And we out, man.